First Matrix movie, they say that they put humans in so that they're basically human batteries and that they can harvest our electricity and energy from our bodies. But originally in the film, it was supposed to be neural processing. It was the studio that changed it to humans are like batteries because they thought that would make more sense to audiences. So really in the canon Matrix timeline, humans are used for their brain power. And that's becoming a real thing now. They're now growing brains for bioprocessing. These small brains are called organoids, and they're basically a bunch of little children's brains that are grown in dishes. They're going to be used for bioprocessing, and this sounds like sci-fi or Black Mirror, but this is 100% happening. You actually are going to soon be able to pay for these little brains to process information for you. And I've been warning people about this for almost a decade that this is coming, and people never believed me. But we know eventually what this becomes. And what about these brains in these petri dishes? What if at some point they start to advance more? Because right now they only live for about 100 days at a time. But what about when they get them good and they live for years? And these brains, these organoids, what if they start to gain consciousness? What if they want to be free? Well, maybe they would keep them busy in some sort of simulated world like a Matrix. And that's why in my Matrix videos, when people ask me what I think, I say there's two likely scenarios. Either Neo is just a simulation and he's not real at all, or he's a brain grown in a dish and this is the reality that he's been fed. And when I said that, everyone thought it sounded like sci-fi, but here we go, it's starting. And to most people that are outside of electronics and computing, they want to know, why would it be advantageous to grow a brain as opposed to using a computer? A computer is just trying to mimic the human brain, just like cameras are trying to mimic our eyes. So going to the source is always the best way to do it. And the fact is that biological computing is much more efficient than any kind of hardware base that we've created so far. So let's look at some numbers real quick. So if you're looking at electricity, if you use ChatGPT, each request takes about 2.9 watt hours. And most people don't just do one prompt on ChatGPT, it's multiple. And then even looking at something like a light bulb, that takes 60 watts of electricity to run continuously. It's the desktop computer that people have in their homes that continuously draws 175 watts. A laptop is around 60 watts, but the human brain, whether you're awake or asleep, it uses about 12 watts. And our brain is not just some desktop running, our brains are supercomputers. And that's why they're starting to grow them. It's horrifying because very soon, we might just implement a matrix around these brains to keep them more passive. And it makes you wonder, is that what our world is? Are we all just brains in a petri dish? Are we also just organoids?